Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 6th Climate Bonds Awards, recognizing innovation and best practice in global green finance. We welcome Sean Kidney, co-founder and CEO of the Climate Bonds Initiative, to give the opening remarks.
Hi, Sean Kidney here. Welcome to the 6th Annual Climate Bond Awards, celebrating pioneering organisations, governments, financial institutions, celebrating the leadership, financing low carbon and climate resilience investments around the world. We've given awards to 155 organisations to date. This year, we're giving awards to 20 organisations. Of course, we've got a lot of work still to do. We need to be achieving $1 trillion a year to be making any kind of headway around climate challenges. But we're about $1.2 trillion outstanding, so we're getting there. Thank you to our sponsors, the International Finance Corporation, the largest global development institution focused on the private sector and development in developing countries, and Ashurst, the global law firm. We hope you enjoy the 6th Annual Climate Bonds Awards.
Hi, my name is Vivek Pathak. I'm the Director and Global Head for Climate Business at the International Finance Corporation. We are pleased today to be the silver sponsor of this prestigious 6th Climate Bonds 2021 Awards through our Green Bond Technical Assistance Program. This program is supported by our partners, the State Secretariat for Economic Affairs of Switzerland, the Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, and the Ministry of Finance of Luxembourg. The Green Bond Technical Assistance Program aims to stimulate the issuance of green bonds in emerging markets by sharing global best practices and sharing exciting new opportunities in the green bonds market. IFC, which is part of the World Bank Group, is the largest development finance institution focused on the private sector. We recently announced our new Climate Change Action Plan. This ambitious plan helps our client countries and companies integrate development and climate, maximize climate finance impact, and make concrete progress on adaptation and mitigation. To achieve these goals, the World Bank Group will align its financing flows with the Paris Agreement goals. For IFC, this means that 100% of our new operations will be Paris-aligned starting July 1, 2025. The case for advancing the climate agenda through private sector engagement and investing in climate business has never been stronger. Over the past decade, IFC's Green Bond program has been transformative, surpassing $10 billion of green bond issuances across 172 bonds and 20 countries. Since 2005, IFC has provided more than $28 billion of climate finance investments in emerging markets, at the same time mobilizing almost $22.5 billion from other investors. IFC was recently elected as the chair of the steering committee of the Green Bond Principles, based on its standing in the green bond market and as a pioneering issuer, investor, mobilizer, and provider of advisory services. The COVID-19 pandemic has shown how fragile our global systems are to major threats such as climate change. As with the COVID-19, failure to act now on climate change will result in a much higher human and economic cost in the future. We will work closely with all our partners and stakeholders, such as the Climate Bonds Initiative, to unlock the benefits of a green, resilient, and inclusive development. I would like to congratulate all the winners of this year's Climate Bond Awards. We salute your leadership, your achievements, and innovation in green finance. Thank you very much.
We invite Sean Kidney, co-founder and CEO, and Justine Lee Bell, Deputy CEO of Climate Bonds, to announce the winners of the 6th Climate Bonds Awards.
It's a pleasure to be here. As we announced earlier this year, Climate Bonds Award is expanding the scope of its recognition to bring into spotlight achievements and issuances of innovative debt instruments in alignment with our Climate Bonds database. And this category is about social and sustainability debt instruments. The largest sustainability bond in 2020 awards goes to Alphabet. Google parent company Alphabet issued a $5.8 billion USD sustainability bond, the largest corporate sustainability bond in history, The proceeds from the bond will fund projects that optimize the use of energy, water, and materials at the Google data centers to source carbon-free energy for all operations, as well as clean transportation, smart buildings, and the implementation of its circular economy strategy. Well done, Alphabet. Great to see you in the Green Bond universe.
The largest social bond in 2020, which is also the largest pandemic response bond, goes to the European Commission, SURE Committee. That's the committee's acronym means Support to Mitigate Unemployment Risks in an Emergency. SURE, SURE. The EU's 20 billion SURE social bond represented the largest social bond issued, well, in the year and frankly forever, providing support to mitigate unemployment risks in the emergency following COVID. Almost 2/3 of the proceeds were allocated to ESG investors, helping to protect jobs at the same time make workplaces safe. It's a fantastic development in the European Union. Green debt instruments. Green bonds have been around for over a decade now. They're getting bigger and bigger. The first volume award actually goes to the external review provider with the largest volume in 2020. In this case, this is Sustainalytics. They've also got the award for the largest climate bonds verifier for 2020. They're, as we say, demonstrating consistent market presence. They've certainly done that. They provided reviews for something like $58 billion worth of green bonds in 2020. It's a pretty impressive initiative with work across 11 countries.
Now on to the next award. The largest external review provider, or second-party opinion provider as they are well known in the market, for 2020 is CICERO Shades of Green. Pioneering the second-party opinion market by example and through success, CICERO Shades of Green has provided second-party opinions for over 800 green bonds, totaling $57.5 billion in 2020 alone. They continue to lead developments in this space, supporting a robust green bond market with their world-renowned Shades of Green model. Well done, CICERO.
And now, the largest green sovereign bond in 2020 from the Federal Republic of Germany. This innovative twin bond structure has been established as a successful approach, demonstrating tangible pricing benefit and lower volatility in the secondary market. It's an amazing success. The success of the inaugural bond, $7.2 billion equivalent, has helped heighten investor demand and market interest in sovereign green bonds overall. And now we have many other countries coming to market in the wake of Germany.
And on to the next award, and another leader we know well. For the largest subnational green bond in 2020 and largest certified climate bond in the same year, the winner is Société du Grand Paris. This double win bond has a notable size of 3.3 billion USD. This bond topped the table for climate bond certified issuance in 2020. The bond is part of a decade-long programmatic issuance series, funding of the largest infrastructure in Europe, innovative public transport in Ile-de-France, and it meets requirements of the low carbon transport criteria of the Climate Bond Standard. Excellent work. Happy to have them with us.
Now, the largest green sukuk in 2020 goes to, no surprise here, the Republic of Indonesia. With an issuance of $750 million, the sovereign green sukuk really sets a new benchmark. There's all sorts of low carbon investments and climate resilience growth investments. Look, Indonesia just continues to pioneer this green sovereign issuance and Islamic finance at the same time.
And the largest emerging market certified climate bonds in 2020 is by the government of Chile. Its inaugural 1.4 billion USD issuance from January 2020 demonstrates an ambitious framework to finance projects dedicated to infrastructure for solar renewable energy, low carbon buildings, low carbon transport, and water infrastructure. Go Chile!
The largest development bank green bond in 2020 goes to our friends at KfW in Germany. This US $3.5 billion deal equivalent was the largest commitment by a development bank in 2020, continuing their winning streak from last year where they also won the same award. KfW completed 2020 with more than $7 billion in green bond issuance, with funds going to renewable energy, energy efficient construction and so on.
And the largest green asset-backed security issuance in 2020 was from Freddie Mac. Freddie Mac, the US-based Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation, issued the asset-backed security bond at $600 million USD in August 2020.
And now the largest financial corporate green bond in 2020 goes to Digital Realty Trust. US-based Digital Realty Trust, this $1.6 billion bond was issued in January 2020 to finance projects developing green buildings, energy and water efficiency, and renewable energy. As an owner and operator of data centers around the world, the company is in a prime position to set an example for the industry and lead the way to a more sustainable world.
And our last award in the Green Debt Instruments category is the largest non-financial corporate green bond in the 2020 awards. And this goes to Volkswagen. They entered the green bond market with a significant deal size of 2 billion euros issued in September 2020. The proceeds of the bonds, certified against the Climate Bond Standard, were used to refinance investments in their modular electric drive toolkit, their MEB platform, the technical and economic backbone of the e-offensive, helping to support and streamline electric vehicles. For Volkswagen, this is a strategic milestone. With the issuance, Volkswagen is giving investors the opportunity to make investments in the transition to e-mobility much easier. Well done, Volkswagen.
Our next category is the reason why we started our awards back in 2016. Climate Bond Award champions the green market pioneers that were first in one country or jurisdiction. Our first green market pioneer 2020 goes to the government of Ghana. This green loan deal from Ghana marks the country's debut into the green bond market. $42 million, financing water projects to rural and peri-urban communities, backing up the policy of water for all, and contributing to the UN Sustainable Development Goal, number 6 for clean water and sanitation.
Our next green market pioneer in Guernsey is the Global Worth Real Estate Investments. Their inaugural green bond issuance will support green buildings and energy efficiency projects, aiming to reduce the energy consumption of the commercial real estate sector. A major contributor to global greenhouse gas emissions and an example of how private sector entities can benefit from green bond issuance.
The next green market pioneer in Kazakhstan goes to Damu Fund. The Entrepreneurship Development Fund, Damu, in cooperation with the UNDP, aims to reduce the risks of investments in renewable energy sources in the country. This deal marks an important step in the implementation of the strategy of green financing and support for micro-sized businesses.
And the green market pioneer in Qatar in 2020 is QNB Bank. Qatar's first ever green bond, worth 600 million USD, was issued by Qatar National Bank in October 2020, leading trend in the Gulf region. The proceeds from this bond will go towards a number of projects, including green building development, clean transportation, renewable energy, water management, and the sustainable management of natural resources. Well done, QNB Bank.
Our next category continues to award pioneers, focusing on sovereign issuances. Our first green market pioneer of 2020 is the Arab Republic of Egypt. Now, you need to understand that sovereign issuance is critically important to provide liquidity in markets, benchmark pricing, a yield curve, and so on. Without sovereign issuance, we tend not to get growth of markets. So this bond by Egypt is incredibly important as a market to establish green bonds, or at least kick off a market in Egypt and the Middle East. We hope to see a lot more coming in the way. This first green bond for them, $750 million, will fund projects in renewable energy, transport, water, wastewater management, and pollution reduction activities. It aims to promote the whole idea to the wider region and to grow global awareness of Egypt's progress towards sustainability goals. I mean, there's a lot to be done, but they are working on it.
Our next Sovereign Green Market Pioneers Award in 2020 goes to the government of Hungary. Hungary enters the green market with their sovereign green bond in June 2020. The proceeds from the bond will provide capital for general corporate purposes to companies providing essential services and infrastructure aligned with the government's green bond framework. We are thrilled to see Hungary joining the sovereign issuance pipeline for green bonds.
Our last green market pioneer goes to the Kingdom of Thailand. In August 2020, Thailand issued a $945 million equivalent sustainability bond, whose proceeds had both green and social components. The bond's framework extended to green infrastructure through the Mass Rapid Transit Orange Line East project, as well as social impact projects to assist with COVID-19 recovery. They divided the bond in halves. The Thai government tapped the initial issuance in November 2020 with a further $660 million equivalent earmarked directly for the Bangkok Mass Rapid Transit project. This, in fact, was a certified climate bond, the first sovereign in Asia to use climate bonds certification.
And our last category, transition debt instruments. Transition finance and bonds is expected to grow significantly in the years to come. It is critical that in order to achieve a zero carbon world by 2050, all sectors will need to transition towards zero carbon. We look forward to seeing exceptional issuance in this market, revealing the leaders in this space working hard to transition in challenging sectors. Today, we would like to announce that the Transition Bond of the Year award for 2020 goes to the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, EBRD. Well done, EBRD. EBRD's USD 50 million bond proceeds will seek to make significant improvements towards decarbonization, reducing environmental footprints and resource efficiency in industries including manufacturing and production. The issuance of a transition bond to support these low-carbon investments sends a clear signal to the market that hard-to-abate sectors, yet essential economic activities, including heavy industry and manufacturing, can be supported and advanced via transition bonds. This is a market to watch. It has definitely got momentum. Let's see what the next years bring us in the transition bond world. The year of 2020 was one like no other. And in 2021, we focus on recovery of the planet, of our people, and of our economies. We see a chance to change the course of finance to consciously address the urgency of climate change by directing capital flows towards greener projects and transitioning towards a sustainable future. We at Climate Bonds Initiative feel the duty to bring to light efforts of all types of market participants, including companies and governments, doing their part in helping to drive change. Over the years, we have identified over 175 climate bond winners, pioneers, influencers of the climate economy. Thank you for doing your part. We have a lot to do. So congratulations, and let's keep up the good work. Thank you.
Congratulations to all the recipients of the 6th Climate Bond Awards. You're the shifters of the economy. You're pioneering finance for a sustainable future. This is incredibly important if we're to address the targets, the goals of the Paris Agreement. Thank you.